Hey guys, it's Team Duelist 671, and thank you for the wait. I know it's been a long time, and I think I finally have a new deck profile for you guys. This is going to be an updated deck profile for the Six Samurai. But before I begin, special shout out to all my followers and subscribers. Thank you for supporting the channel. I very much appreciate it. Also, be sure to watch out for some Marvel Easter eggs for the next coming deck profile. So without further ado, let's get started. To start things off, we run 2 copies of the backbone of the deck, in more ways than one, Grandmaster of the Six Samurai. Yes, back then they called this the backbone of the deck, and in more ways than one, this is still very much the backbone of the deck. Then next we run 3 copies of Kizan for the legendary lineup. Great card. And also for the free special summons we have, well, kind of free, Legendary Six Samurai Kaigeki, 2 copies. As many would say, one's not enough and 3's too many, so 2 copies of Kaigeki. Also, before I continue, special thanks to Team Bio. I'll send you the link to his channel. I don't know how YouTube works, but I'll go ahead and give a special shout out for him. Thank you for inspiring me to make the deck. And although it may not be fully ready, you encouraged me to showcase his deck profile. So without further ado, let's continue. So to continue with our legendary lineup, we also run 2 copies of Legendary Six Samurai Mizuho. She's an excellent card and is a key component to the combination we have in here. And then to accompany her, 2 copies of Legendary Six Samurai Shinai. Also very good. Pretty much a warrior returning alive if he's tributed in any way. Then, 1 Legendary Secret of the Six Samurai, to round off the Secret Six Samurai. Can only be special summon when you no more special summon a Secret Six Samurai, and it kind of has a Mystique ability where you banish a 4 lower Six Samurai in your graveyard, becomes the level, the type, as well as the name? No, just the name, as well as the attack and defense, and the attribute. That'd be cool if it was the name, though. Anyways, to continue with the secret lineup, we run Secret Six Samurai Kizaru, Searcher, and you can search for any other attribute that is not on the field. That is a Six Samurai. Secret Six Samurai Hatsune, just 1 copy. I feel she's easy to special summon from the hand as well as the deck, and you only really need to activate her ability once, so there you go. Then to continue with the tuners, we run 1 copy of Secret Six Samurai Fuma. Very good card, you could search that with Kizaru, and it's a level 1 tuner, can't argue with that. To continue with the tuners, 1 Kagemusha of the Six Samurai. This is an interesting choice for many people, but I'll show you why once I get to the extra deck. But I'll say he's one of my key cards for the combo in here. That'll do for the Six Samurais. Let's continue with the Xian monsters. The last turn of the deck, Xian Squire, arguably the best one. Once you're able to bring this out, you're able to synchro summon as many monsters as you need. I'll show you how later. Also, I might post a combo tutorial shortly after this video, so stay tuned for that. Next, we also run Great Shogun Xian. Just 1. One of my all-time favorite cards. I guess you could say this is the Dark Magician of my Yu-Gi-Oh career. Pretty good ability, it's continuous. Your opponent can only activate 1 spell or 1 trap each turn. People get confused, like, is it just 1 spell and also 1 trap? It's like, no, you can only activate only 1. So if you activate a trap, that's your only trap, and he cannot activate any more spells or traps that turn, if that makes sense. Okay, so that'll do with the monsters. Let's get on with the spells. We run 1 copy of Gateway of the Six Samurai. The powerhouse of the deck, literally, in more ways than one. Then, 3 copies of Dojo, one of the key components of the deck that helps power your Gateway. And to also help power your Gateway, we run 1 Temple of the Six. Pretty much, was it Burden of the Almighty for the Six Samurai? And with how many counters you could accumulate in here, you could pretty much weaken your opponent's monsters significantly. But this is just for a Bushido counter generator. Then speaking of generator, 3 copies of Six Samurai Knight. I know it only generates 2, but in more ways than one, it did help the Gateway, because 2 is actually a good number of counters to keep up with Gateway. And it's draw power too, so you can't argue with that. 1 reinforcement of the army, given, and then pseudo reinforcement of the army. We run 3 copies of the Shion Smoke Signal. 1 Monster Reborn, because it's a great card. Warlock Sea Succession, also Monster Reborn, but for links. And then 1 for 1 to help bring out Squire, to help bring out Fu. Very good card. People forget also that this special summons from the hand. 1 level 1 monster. If you either can't or don't want to special summon from the deck a level 1 monster. Then to continue with the equip spells, Living Fossil, very good card. DDR, also extenders, and then for generic equip spells we run Luminary Shield, good in tight situations. I like it to attack over a Floodgate monster like Vanity's Fiend. You just normal summon 6 Samurai, and then Luminary Shield, and then bam, you're free. Then Divine Sword Phoenix Blade for the Isolde Ninja. And for the last equip spell, since I don't have an Overdone Burial, just for fun, Legendary Bond Steed. And I do synchro summon 6 Samurai Shien very often, so if I have it in my hand, I'll just equip it to Shien and like, hey, Shien's riding a Legendary Ebon Steed. That's just me. And then, because this is the combo deck, last of the spells, Called by the Grave. Very good card. Stops a lot of hand traps. Unfortunately doesn't stop Nibiru, but once I get to the extra deck, I could show you how we could possibly go around Nibiru in this version of the deck. Okay, and then without further ado, let's continue with the extra deck, where we will run 1 copy of Shadow of the Six Samurai, the star of the deck. Helps extend for Bushido counters, and although we don't use his ability that much, because he's both a Shien and 6 Samurai monster, he's overall totally awesome. Anyways, we win. Also, 1 copy of Leviair the Sea Dragon, also an extender like Shadow. I think we all know what that does. And one of the key link monsters of the deck, Battle Shogun of the 6 Samurai. 6 Samurai players know what this does, but for a brief explanation, when Link summon, discard a card from your hand as a cost, I believe. Then you can search for, from your deck to your hand, 1 card that could place Bushido counters on itself. This is mainly Gateway. You can search for United, you can search for Dojo, you can search for Temple. I guess if you already have Gateway in your hand. And seeing how consistent this deck is, it happens a lot. It's not weird. 1 copy of Isolde, given because warrior support. And this is where it's going to be a little bit different. I don't have a copy of Appaloosa, but what I run instead is Nightmare Griffin. I saw in one of the 6 Samurai tutorials that they would run Nightmare Griffin during the Link era, and he's actually pretty good. I think he's still very good. Just as long as your boss monsters are linked, like with Battle Shogun and with Griffin pointing at it basically, then your monsters are safe. It stops a lot of special summon monsters from activating their effects. So yeah, this is like a, what is it, Majesty's Fiend for special summon monsters. So once I post the combo tutorial, I'll show you how I could summon this, and I can show you how to use this one. But this will be my alternative for Apollousa for now. But if I do get a Apollousa, maybe I'll keep this one, maybe not. Time will tell. Then, once are you just Scaldred? I know I can run more than one, but I firmly believe they only really need to activate it once. But that's just my opinion. Because drawing 4 is a lot, on top of that you special summon a monster. It's really strong. I kind of feel that 2 or 3 is kind of overkill, but that's just my preference. Speaking of preference, we do run one copy of Borreload Savage Dragon. Great card. Excellent negator. And then, you might have seen this from my previous build, but Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. For board wipes, and if you also saw from my other video, which includes the Red Eyes, I also run the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. There is an infinite combo in here. Well, I wouldn't say infinite, but it grants you an ability to accumulate as much the shield counters as you need, and it's really effective if you know how to get the combo going, basically. Then next, I also saw this in another 6 Samurai Wajo Pro replay. One copy of Nateria Latios. So for sure I'm going to be posting the tutorial to show you how I bring this out, but this is pretty much going to be my alternative to Herald of Arclight. I don't have a copy of that at the moment, but More Ways Than One Latios is actually really good. If you discard a spell card from your hand, you can negate a monster effect and destroy it, and it's not once per turn. So if you keep on discarding cards from your hand, you could potentially negate every monster effect that comes your way at any number of spell cards. So that'll be my alternative for Herald of Arclight, and my one answer to Nibiru. And then next we run Nateria Barkhound for Ultrageist, Nateria Beast. I don't think I had to explain these guys. One negates spells, one negates traps. Nateria Beast for Sky Strikers. Not too many people are playing them, but I would say don't underestimate them. You just never know if they might come back. And then last but certainly not least, one copy of Legendary 6 Samurai Shiina. Still a very good card and helps me in a lot of tight situations. And yeah, that will do for today's deck profile. Now, I have been reading the comments. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support and advice. I'll be posting videos every month as recommended by a friend. And I'll keep improving in my speech as well as my card choices. Now, hopefully if I update on these deck profiles, I could show you a newer version. Like, once I get Dragoon, I might post a new version of the Red Eyes deck profile. Once I get everything for this deck, a new version. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you next time, and please stay tuned for the next deck profile, as well as the combo tutorial for 6 Samurais. Okay, peace out, and you stay safe out there. Have a great day.